Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. I gotta say, this guy Andre Geek just getting hammered by the XRP community. This from Stefan Huber here on Twitter. That's the guy who advises you to avoid XRP? Draw your own conclusions. He just did a video, or maybe this is from his back catalog, just went all in on Dogecoin. So I think you can see very clearly where this guy's motives lie. A lot of people very critical of Andre's video, as was I. I did a video about it yesterday. I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch it. Essentially, you have over 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and you're willing to spew misinformation without really doing the research. I think he felt it though. Many people in the XRP community were tweeting back to his response. So his response was finally, crypto is a religion. No more Ripple videos for me. Not financial advice. With a laughing smiley face, because of course the XRP community did come down hard. John Deaton here saying, you are entitled to share your opinion with your 1.58 million YouTube subscribers, which alone demonstrates that you've earned the right that people obviously listen, but you're not entitled to your own facts. And I think that was the biggest part that the XRP community really had a problem with. I mean, there were some factual nuggets in there that he did mention kind of at the beginning of the video, but as soon as he started on with the XRP is a centralized currency, that's like Ripple XRP 101. If you don't know that much, everything just loses all credibility. Mr. BXRP down here saying the first 6 minutes before the dumpster fire were so good. And I agree completely. I agree. It was a very informational video up until that point. So Andre Geek here clearly feeling the pressure, tweeting this tweet out, Dictator Know-It-All down here saying, I strongly advise you invite Hammertoe and Joel Katz to show you info was totally incorrect in regards to Ripple software, completely out of date. And so, there are lots of developers on the XRPL, a lot of people even in the XRP community that could educate Andre here on facts regarding Ripple and XRP. Jungle Link down here saying, if you want to make an ignorant video, you're gonna get called out for it. People put a lot of time and money into this space, and if you want to capitalize on the crypto craze, that's great. Just spend the time and make an educated video with informed opinions. I would know. I make lots of them. So this thread just continues going on and on and on. Other people's opinions about Andre's tweet here, but I think maybe it would probably be best if he did just what he says he's going to do and stop making Ripple videos. Though if he wanted to have a do-over and, maybe make another video that was more researched, I'd be cool with that too. I mean, I'm willing to give the guy another shot, but as per this last video here, just went all in on Dogecoin, I think I know where his motivations lie. Let's get to the crypto space. Guys, crypto market up to $1.6 trillion. We got Bitcoin dominance still hovering around 43%. And guys, take a look at XRP right now. XRP is the big mover in the space, up 16.2%, whereas the rest of cryptocurrencies up single digits. Cardano up 1.7, Binance Coin 3.5, Ethereum 6.5, Bitcoin only up 3.1. So we're seeing XRP, huge mover in the space right now. Still trading though in this sideways channel. We've got Bitcoin up here too on the daily, and we can see Bitcoin, a little bit of pep in Bitcoin step as well, trading at about 37,000. So why is XRP up so much? Well, of course, there was an update in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit that came in yesterday. Yes, yesterday, Sunday. I'm going to get to that in a sec, guys. I saw this, though, from Macattack XRP here on Twitter. FLR to have its FLR token listed by 50 exchanges. So we got to remember, today is May the 31st, the last day of May. And so tomorrow, June 1st, and in June or July is when we are expected to get our FLR Spark token. So according to a Twitter post by an anonymous account popular in the XRP community, dozens of cryptocurrency exchanges, including some top-notch services, are ready to list FLR token after its airdrop. An anonymous advocate for the XRP community, King Dogo XRP, shared an infographic that covers the prospect of Spark, or FLR, a core native asset of the FLR blockchain. And so I'm going to just bring up this tweet. FLR is not live yet, but it is listed on 50 plus exchanges already. That shows you how big FLR will be. So just to put this into perspective, in 2017, when I first got into crypto, I'm sure you guys can guess the first cryptocurrency I got into. It was Bitcoin. But after Bitcoin, shortly after that, I was doing more research and I realized very, very quickly how lucrative XRP was. And so, this is when I started my journey, my quest to see where I could buy XRP. Now, you got to remember this was 2017. So at this time, there weren't too many exchanges. It wasn't a very readily available cryptocurrency. And then over the years, XRP became listed on more and more and more exchanges, and now you can pretty much get it anywhere. Well, of course, other than the United States, the delisting, or rather the halting of trading. But, before the lawsuit, of course, you could pretty much get it anywhere. We'll take a look at this. So this is for Spark FLR. These are 50 plus exchanges where you will be able to get FLR tokens. If this is the way this is starting off, you can only imagine how big this is going to be. So just to name some of these bigger exchanges like Uphold, BitThumb, BitTrue, Bitstamp, Binance, eToro, Endax, BitSo. We got Coinfield, Coin1 down here, Poloniex, and the list just goes on and on. Kraken, Bittrex, Huobi, KuCoin, BitCub, CoinX. Guys, this is going to be huge. Oh yeah, not to mention Coinbase down here. So 50 plus exchanges will be listing this coin. FLR is going to destroy Ethereum. This coming from Jack the Rippler here. And I don't doubt that this is going to be huge. So FLR will be distributed between the holders of XRP who participated in the airdrop. I'm sure a lot of you guys who were here before December 12th already know that there was an airdrop and that you did have to claim FLR Spark tokens. And so the network has not launched yet, but it is coming down the pipe. Sometime next month or maybe in July. We still don't have that official date, or at least not to my knowledge, we still don't have that official date yet. Anyway, very, very exciting time for the XRP community. I wanted to thank Mac Attack XRP here, and of course, XRP King Dogo IV for posting this and getting us up to date on where we will be able to find FLR Spark tokens. And of course, I also got to give credit to Stetus here on Twitter because I know this is his infographic. So why don't we see XRP here listed on CNBC? This is from Bordeaux. Crazy that they never talk about XRP. So, we see crypto shows, and these are just screen grabs from people's TVs, from these news shows that we see on regular television. We see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, but no XRP. Is there something bigger at play here, or is it maybe just that you got to remember, these are American programs, and so since XRP is in the courts at this moment in time, maybe, just to be prudent, they don't want anybody to come back and sue them for misrepresenting cryptocurrencies. Of course, we don't know how, we have a very good idea in the XRP community where this lawsuit is going to fall, but at the end of the day, let's say something bad happens, and if CNBC were the ones responsible for getting one of their viewers to purchase XRP because they saw it here on a list, that person could come back and maybe sue them. I don't know. That sounds like a very far-fetched scenario, but at the end of the day, I think that they are just being extra, extra, extra careful because of this lawsuit. So I have a feeling that that is probably the biggest reason why we are not seeing XRP listed on these lists because of the lawsuit. Back in 2017, we were seeing XRP listed all the time on these types of lists, but now there's the lawsuit. So this is my thought. I could be wrong. If you guys have an opinion, please do put it down in the comment section. Anyway, Caitlin Long here posting this. Washington, D.C. pretty much couldn't be sending a clearer signal about what's coming. So this has to do with cryptocurrency regulators. U.S. regulators signal bigger role in cryptocurrency market. I talked about this the other day, but this goes more in depth with what Michael Hsu has to say. So he is now part of the current OCC. Let me read you guys a little bit of this. U.S. financial authorities are preparing to take a more active role in regulating the $1.5 trillion cryptocurrency market. As we know, let me go down here. The new efforts reflect a break from the Trump administration, which in some cases encouraged the use of cryptocurrencies in the financial system, but they could take time to bear fruit as U.S. regulators struggle to determine who has the legal authority to oversee the volatile market. In an interview with the Financial Times, Michael Hsu, who was installed this month as acting comptroller of the currency, said he hoped U.S. officials would work together to set a regulatory parameter for cryptocurrencies. So we heard about this sprint, right? I talked about how they kind of want to roll out something sooner rather than later. Here's a quote though from Michael Hsu. It really comes down to coordinating across the agencies. Just in talking to some of my peers, there is interest in coordinating a lot more of these things. Cryptocurrencies have been on a roller coaster ride, as we know. Bitcoin price has gone up, Bitcoin price has gone down. That's essentially what these two paragraphs are saying. One sign of the new U.S. approach came this month with the first meeting as an interagency crypto sprint team involving officials of the three leading federal bank regulators. Sioux Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Sioux said the team's goals was not to make policy, but to put some idea in front of these agencies to consider as they try to catch up with the growth in cryptocurrencies. It's small and it's senior, Sioux said in a working group. The idea that time is of the essence, and if it's too big, that gets harder. So he is realizing that cryptocurrency is growing very, very quickly. And these companies that are in the United States are likely going to continue to conduct business whether cryptocurrency is regulated in the United States or not. We've already heard Ripple talk about this, right? You know, they could get up from San Francisco, leave the United States altogether, and set up shop somewhere else where they are clearly regulated. I mean, they don't want to do that, but they said, you know, that might be an option for us. The SEC and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission have also discussed how to protect investors in the crypto market. Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, told a House committee last week that there are gaps in our current system, pointing to a potential need for legislation to specify which regulator should oversee crypto exchanges, as we know. This just continues going on, talking about what Gensler thinks, and mentions Yellen down here as well, which I've covered on this channel. I will link this article in the description, guys, if you want to read further. Let me just read you this last thing there. As one of Hugh's first acts as OCC, he asked staff to review a Trump-era decision to give national charters to companies that provide custody services for cryptocurrencies. While Hugh believes there is no turning back from innovations, such as the blockchain technology used in cryptocurrencies, he said in congressional testimony this month that the current enthusiasm for banking innovation reminded him of the years leading up to the financial crisis. The danger is that new and improved techniques give rise to a large and less regulated shadow banking system. Today, fintechs and technology platforms are devising payment processing tools that bring great promise, he said, but also risks. So he is realizing that, you know, the financial sector needs to revamp, but they want to, I mean, they're being very, very cautious. I think too cautious, really, in a lot of ways. I think they need to evaluate what the sector needs and utilize the technology that exists in order to fulfill those plans. Now, there's already companies like Ripple who are creating solutions for banks right this second where they can essentially plug in and basically they can jump decades and decades into the future with regards to technology. And so, you know, Ripple's in court, XRP being examined very, very closely. We've got this noisy minutia that's going on, yet the U.S. financial sector is faltering, and we need to find a solution. And, you know, the solution's right there. The problem is they're in court, and I don't think many of these politicians are seeing the bigger picture. That said, though, I am feeling optimistic. I do think that this is a very good sign, as Caitlin Long puts it. Washington, D.C. pretty much couldn't be sending a clearer signal of what's coming down the pipe. So that's very good news, because ultimately the United States is competing against this. And even within China, for example, we are seeing that there is heavy competition in this sector. So this from Michael at Val5 Links. Digital yuan conceived to counter Alipay-like platforms, says former PBOC executive. So let me read you a little bit about this article. China's digital yuan will utilize smart contracts and will be built to counter Alipay-like payment platforms designed by the privately owned conglomerates, former People's Bank of China director Yao Ken said. Speaking at the International Finance Forum in Beijing, Ken argued that simply simulating its physical counterpart would not be enough for the digital yuan to succeed. To fully benefit from being digital, it will move towards the smart currency by making use of smart contracts, he added, according to local sources. So this goes on to talk a little more about why the government in China wants to create a digital yuan to be the way it is. Nevertheless, the bigger point here is that there are private solutions that people can use, and so governments are really scared. They do not want their people to be using private solutions for exchanging value. And, you know, this was that whole issue surrounding the Libra debacle, was the fact that these governments were coming together and saying, whoa, 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 Facebook cannot do this. This is just not going to work. And so countries around the world were standing up and were adamantly against the Facebook Libra project, which is now called DM. On top of this, we've also got this article here, guys. Chinese economist says if Bitcoin is widely adopted, we're all going to die. This is not a joke from Bitcoin.com here. Now, this is from Chinese economist Ku Qiang. He was discussing this topic in an interview. Ku was asked, can you give me the worst case scenario? What kind of systemic shock it will give to the current financial market if Bitcoin is widely used in China or the rest of the world? He replied, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. We're all going to die. This is not a joke. His answer was called the worst case scenario or the must scenario. That will happen if Bitcoin were to become the ultimate type of currency and adopted by all human society. Ku then pointed out that Bitcoin has a very, very strict limited total number, which means this is a deflationary currency, noting that it will not expand the amount as human development grows. Consequently, he asserted that with Bitcoin adoption, our society will fall into a death spiral of deflation. He elaborated the whole society is going to shrink and self-explode. That's what happened at the end of the Ming Dynasty when we were short on silver. So he's equating it to some Chinese history there. Of course, big Bitcoin proponents were trying to debunk this silver theory and, giving and criticizing this, essentially trying to bolster their bottom line that Bitcoin is or can be a world currency. Also suggesting that, this is coming out of China and it's just part of the propaganda machine. So thought this was interesting because, on the one hand, we knew China was very big into Bitcoin. Now the government has kind of turned on that. That is what has caused the price to go down. And so is the narrative changing in China? Is the Chinese government specifically still very long Bitcoin, but then turning around and telling their people, no, you guys cannot dabble in Bitcoin. We're the only ones who are able to get rich off this Bitcoin thing. Possibly. I don't know exactly what's going on in China. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but it is interesting to talk about, to discuss. All this to say, a lot of developments going on all around the world. And, even if in the United States there is this issue with regulatory clarity around cryptocurrency, I think it could be a lot worse. We're all going to die. This is not a joke. Wow. Wrath of Kahneman bringing this up here, guys. Ripple partner BCI, Daniel Cabanella, has been working in a blockchain project with Ripple's xCurrent for about 2 years as a senior project manager. So this is speculation that Bonko BCI is a Ripple partner. Namely just because this guy here, Daniel Cabanella, has posted this on his LinkedIn page that he has been working in blockchain project with Ripple's xCurrent for about 2 years. So this is still not confirmed. Bonko BCI, not a confirmed partner. However, putting 2 and 2 together does make it seem very likely that this could be one of those partnerships that Ripple has not made public yet. Also wanted to thank Leonidas here on Twitter for further confirming that BCI was at Swell 2019, so Swell from a couple of years ago. So there was also a connection there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman and Leonidas Hadjilozu for posting that. And so the price of XRP did spike overnight. As we can see, it is still the best performing cryptocurrency as of the recording of this video in the crypto space. Some people wondering why. Well, Jeremy Hogan posting this on Twitter just yesterday. Judge denies the SEC's motion to compel production of Ripple's lawyers' opinion letters. Very important because the judge states Ripple's subjective beliefs regarding XRP are not relevant to the fair notice defense, blocking the road the SEC wanted to use to fight the defense. So Jeremy Hogan retweeting out James K. Fillin's tweet here with a Dropbox, and that document is located in that Dropbox link filed just yesterday, May the 30th, guys. So if you want to read that, I will link this in the description, of course, and you guys can peruse that document at your leisure. Today, on a holiday Monday, if you are located in the United States, the article here asking a very reasonable question. Jeremy, it's a federal holiday weekend, and this is a federal court. This is 100% real, right? Courts do not sit on Sundays except in special cases, nor on Saturday in certain cases. A court shall not be open or transact any business on Sunday, nor shall a court transact any business on a Saturday in any case where such day is kept as a, and then it goes on. Basically asking this question, is this legit? Why is the court making a decision on the 30th, which was just yesterday, which was the holiday weekend Sunday? And Jeremy Hogan saying courts aren't in session Sundays, but parties and judges can file documents 24/7 on the ECF system. But it is abnormal for judges to file on the weekend. I think Judge Netburn promised to get the ruling done quickly and got behind, so she kept her word and worked over the weekend. And for those of you guys kind of confused with this legal jargon, PFRDN here on Twitter asking, is this good or not good? Jeremy Hogan confirming good, definitely good. Would a fair notice settlement give XRP the clarity it is looking for? Jeremy Hogan responding yes. So guys, I think this is at least part of the reason why we were seeing a big spike for XRP yesterday. Let's not forget, right, the rest of the crypto space not faring so well. Meanwhile, XRP, as of last night till about now, already has risen about 27.7%. Are we going to stay over $1? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.